There's Mr. Gibson with a Tinkercad tutorial today. Let's go ahead. So we're going to make key rings with your name on. Okay, so this is mainly going to use the text tool today. So I'm going to drag some text into my workspace. This tutorial is going to be really good for navigation. You're going to, by the end, be really slick with rotate and pan and zoom and a bit of resizing. So I've got my first piece of text in the workspace and I'm going to edit it. I just want a letter G. And I'm going to change my font to Sans Easy. So let's grab another letter. So I need to do this. I'm going to write my surname, but I'm going to do it one letter at a time. Okay. So each individual letter is an individual object. So I've got my I. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to position these two letters together. So I'm going to drag my I over towards my G and zoom in a little bit. Then I want to give him a little bit of a rotate. So I'm just going to grab the rotate tool here. Just give him a little bit of a rotate. Okay. Now I could leave it here, but this looks like a weakness to me. I think if I leave these two letters joined just at this point here, it's not going to last 5 minutes. It's going to snap off. So I need to move my letter so that there's 2 contact points. Yeah, so there's a contact point here now and a contact point here. It'll be much, much stronger for it. But to differentiate between the 2 letters, what I want to do is I want to make each letter a different height. So I'm going to leave the G at the default height, which I think is 10 millimeters. And I'm just going to edit the height of the I. So I'm going to take it down to maybe 7 millimeters. Okay, have a rotate, have a look around. I'm happy with that. So let's bring in another letter. Change the font and reposition. So I need to look at it from above. So to rotate your part, you just hold your right mouse button down. You can rotate it around. And then select him and rotate. So that looks about right to me. And then again, we've only got 1 contact point, so I'm just going to move the B slightly so we've got that 2nd contact point. Okay. And then I want to change its height. So, yeah, that looks about right. Next letter is S, and we can drag the S to the right place. So to pan, see how my letters are off center on the screen. I just want to move everything across. So I hold down my scroll wheel and then move my mouse. That's the pan function. There's no rotation in that, it's just moving left to right or up and down on the screen. Then I want to look at it from above, so I hold my right mouse button down to look from above. Again, I can give that just a tiny bit of rotation. Yeah. But now to check the height, I need to rotate, so I use my right mouse button and have a look from underneath. Okay. Well, I'm happy with the height of that one. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at the default 10. Let's bring another one in. Edit your text. Change your font. Repositioning, rotating, have a look at the height. So in this case, I'm going to bring the height down to 7 millimeters, I think. Okay, my last letter, obviously not an N. Capital, same font, reposition, pan, rotate, move, rotate, and I'm going to rotate the letter slightly. Okay, so am I happy? I'm just going to take the height of the N down slightly. Yeah, looks good from there. Looks good from there. Okay, so I'm happy with my lettering. What I need to do now is add a loop to put our keyring through. So I'm going to grab a tube tool, drag the tube tool into my workspace. I'm going to resize that tube to 12 millimeters by 12 millimeters. Now that tube, I think, is, I'll just pop it in place. I'm going to just pop it there so that what I want is a good interference between the tube and the letter. So see, the tube and letter have got a good interference here. But that tube's a little bit too high, I think. We've struggled to get a split rim through that, so we need to bring it down. I think 6 millimeters is the right height for this. Now the other thing about that tube is currently it's got really quite a thin wall, and that looks like only just over 1 millimeter to me. Now the wall thickness of that tube is adjustable on this slide bar here, and I think about somewhere around 4 on this slide bar is going to be right. See how that's thickened it right up? And it's going to make that considerably stronger. Okay, so let's look at our final object. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. So the last step is to select everything and group it. Okay, that makes it all a single object. And then finally, I want to have a look at the size of it. So currently our object is 81 by 24 millimeters. So when I'm deciding on the size I want an object, I just grab myself a ruler or a pair of verniers and I just have a look at it and I go, oh, okay, I want the final object to be about this sort of size. And that's 75 millimeters according to my verniers. So if I go back in and if I hold down the shift so that I don't change the proportions of this and I resize it from here, it's not far off correct. I'm just going to resize it down to somewhere around 75 millimeters. Doesn't need to be exact. Just go slightly smaller. Okay. Something like that. 73 millimeters will be fine. Yeah. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to exit the workspace. Of course, I'm going to 3D print that, so I'm going to want to download it and save it as an STL file. And that STL file can go to my 3D printer for printing. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye bye.